Eighth time's a charm. By golly goodness gracious. Okay, so you guys should be able to see me now. I'm about to turn my screen share on. Okay, so ignore this right here. So you guys can see my screen, right? Yay, 50 tries later. Yeah, welcome to technology. All right, so you guys can see me now. Okay, and you guys can chat. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm going to go over to screen share and show you guys. Here we go. All right, so let's take it from the top. Okay, so this is how to generate content ideas. This is for you guys that are wondering, how do I know what to post on Instagram? How do I know what type of blog content to produce to get my users engaged? How do I get people to really convert from follower to buyer? So there's a lot of things in between someone going from a follower to a buyer that are really important in order to make that conversion happen. And one of them has to do with your content. So your content doesn't only need to be consistent, it also needs to be relevant and it also needs to be valuable. So I decided this is a really, really good webinar to do to give you guys for free to show you how to generate content ideas that are going to say to your followers, hey, I am in the business of creating really, really bomb.com products. And when you buy from me, what you get is going to have a lot of value in it. So the way that you do that is by offering content in your freebies and content on your Instagram page and other social media platforms that really have a lot of value. So people are not like scared to buy, you know? Also, statistically, it is shown that the longer someone spends on your website, the more likely they are to purchase. And so that's going to make a big difference. You know, if someone goes to your website from your Instagram page, let's say your Instagram page is showing you have 20 clicks to your website this week, but you're like 20 clicks, but no one bought anything. What's going on, right? It could be that they got to your website and there's some type of a visual disconnect. Maybe your Instagram content doesn't look like your website content. It could be a navigation thing. Maybe your menu on the top of your website is not very clear, or there may be too much going on. But more often than not, it's that they get to your website looking for more really good content like what they saw on your Instagram page, and they get there and there's nothing there. So they're wondering, what's going on, right? What's going on? All right, so this is where I'm going to hop off of Instagram. If you guys want to keep watching with me live, click the link in my bio and register. I'll be live now for the next 30 to 35 minutes. All right, Instagram, see you later. Okay, so now that we're off of Instagram, let me log in. And I made this slideshow so you guys can take notes. All right, so let's go ahead to the next slide. So I have listed the top 3 resources for you guys so that you can kind of see where the most important places to get content ideas. You can really get content ideas from all different types of places, but there's 3 main resources where I tell people you should definitely get your content ideas from these locations, because these are going to be the most valid or the most serious. And by that, what I mean is that when you look at your social media analytics, which is number 1, your website analytics, which is 2, and your email clicks, which is 3, when you're looking at those 3 places, you're getting real-time data from people that are already on your website, people that are already wondering who you are and what you have to offer, and people that are already in your email list. So these analytics are a lot more tailored to the audience that you already have, per se. Because if somebody's already following you, or somebody's already on your website, or somebody's already in your email list, they're a lot closer to becoming a buyer than anyone else. And so it's important to pick that lowest hanging fruit first. And by these people already kind of being inside of your possible buy circle, those people have already identified, this person has something, or they may have something that I want. They're a lot closer to actually opening up their wallet. So these are the top 3 places you should look first. When you're looking at your social media analytics, that'll be on your Instagram page, right? So if you go to your Instagram page, because a lot of you guys were watching on Instagram just now, if you go to your Instagram page and you click the button where it shows you your home profile, in the top right hand corner, you're going to see some bars. If you click on those bars, if you click on, okay, hold on. Let me see. Today is just a day for, today is just a day for just, technology issues. All right, now it's saying it's going to take a few minutes. Me and Webinar Jam are not friends today, you guys. We are not friends today. Boom. There we go. All right. Okay. So my microphone's on and my slide. Okay. So can you guys see my slide now? Okay. Awesome. All right. So these are going to be your top 3 resources, your social media analytics, your web analytics, and your email clicks, right? So your social media analytics are going to be, like I said, from your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook. You'll go into wherever you grab your analytics from there. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to explain to you guys on Instagram. So if you've got your phone in your hand, if you go to your profile in the top right hand corner, you will see what looks like some bars, like some cell phone signal bars. And you tap that. Now, if you have a business profile, you will be able to see these bars in the top right-hand corner of your profile, the very, very tippy top right-hand corner. If you do not have a business profile on Instagram, you are not going to be able to see these things. So it is really, really important for you to convert over to that Instagram, to the business profile, so that you can really take advantage of these analytics. When you open that up, you're going to have 3 bars. You're going to have activity on the left-hand side, content will be in the middle, and audience will be on the right-hand side. If you click content, that will show you your feed of Instagram posts, and then you can click see all, and that will actually rank your post on impressions. So that top post you see is going to be the post that has the most impressions. I always tell people, look at those top 3 posts. Those are your most popular posts. You can look at those and expand based off of what is there. So for example, my top post is actually a text-based post, and it says, if you're anything like me, you have a million mediocre entrepreneurial ideas and 1 incredible idea. So that post right there has the top impressions on my profile for the past year. So I can now take what that post is talking about or what it looks like and expand that into more content ideas. The second place you can look is your website analytics. Everybody has website analytics, whether you use Squarespace like me, or maybe you use Wix, or maybe you use, if you use GoDaddy, they've got a built-in website builder. Anywhere you use WordPress, whatever, they've got analytics. You'll just have to type it into the Google search engine and look it up if you're not really sure where to find them. They're usually pretty easy to find though, and they usually do use that same little symbol that Instagram uses. That's like the little bars, because that's like a universal signal for a universal, visual sign for analytics. But you can go into your website analytics and look on the back side and see which pages are most popular, which of your blog posts are most popular. And this is why it's so important to have a blog and have blog posts, even if they're not text-based blog posts. You know what I mean? If you can't sit down and write 400 or 500 words a week, totally understandable. Life is happening. It's still better to at least get something up than to get nothing up for a blog. You know what I mean? If you can only write 200 or 300 words, that's fine. If you can only do videos in your blog post, that's fine. If you can only do audio in your blog post, that's fine. It's better than nothing, because what happens is you'll still be able to see. If you put up what's most popular, if you put up a video, if you put up a blog post that's text and it's about, these are my favorite top 5 products for May 2018. If you put up a video for that same exact topic, or you put up an audio for that same exact topic, you're still going to get views based off of that title. You know what I mean? So it's still valid as long as you're putting something up, because marketing is really trial and error, guys. So you have to actually post something in order to see what's most popular. The easiest thing to do is to go based off of your social media analytics, which is why I had it as number 1, because most of you guys are already posting on social media every day. Now, this third category where it says email clicks, that's actually inside of your email management system. So if you have MailChimp or if you have ConvertKit, anytime that you write an email and you send it out to your subscribers, you should have something inside of that email that is clickable. Something needs to be clickable. So if that means that, it's the beginning, your email is the beginning of your blog post, and then there's a button that says, if you'd like to read more, click here, and then that takes them to the page. Or if you have, your top 5 favorite products and you link each of your favorite products in that email, that's clickable. There needs to be some type of link inside of that email. But why? Why do I need a link inside of the email if I'm already sending one, right? Because what you really want to know when you're sending people emails is how they behave. You want to know how people are interacting with your content. So if there's nothing inside of that email for them to click, the only statistics you'll have is whether they're opening the email or not. You won't necessarily have, okay, they opened the email, but are they interested in reading more of the blog post, or do they not like the first paragraph, so they're not going to read it? So that tells you a little bit more information than if you had no links inside of your blog post. It's the same thing, inside of your email list. It's the same thing as if you sent out an email with your top 5 products and there were no links in it. Okay, they opened it, but are they interested at all? Are they even taking your opinion? You don't know. But if you were to send that same exact email, worded the exact same way, and instead you linked each of your 5 favorite products, the email system will count. Okay, well, 20 people clicked on, maybe 50 people opened the email. Only 20 of them clicked on the first product, and then all 45 of them clicked on the third product. So maybe they're more interested in whatever that third product is. And when you know what people are interested in, it starts giving you ideas of how to expand upon that and how to offer more products and create more content on that as well. All right. So those are your top 3 places to get analytics. All right, so let's say you have no analytics. Let's say you just converted your Instagram page over to business, or maybe you don't have enough followers to really have any true analytics, or maybe you don't have a website yet, or you don't have a lot of website viewers. And let's say you don't have an email list, right? Because the chances are that some of you guys in here don't have one of these. And you really should have all 3, but you still need to be creating some type of content. So let's say you don't have any of those 3, right? These are going to be your next 3 places to look for content ideas. So Quora.com, HubSpot.com, and Pinterest.com. So with Quora, you just type in www.quora.com. And once you go over to Quora, there will be a search bar at the top of the page. And I am going to share my screen with you guys. to show you what core looks like. Okay. So this is what core looks like. You guys can see that, right? Let me know if you can see that. So this is what core looks like. I was on here earlier thinking of examples to give you guys, and that's why you see this search returning questions about parenting. So let's say, for example, you are a life coach. Oops, sorry. I got to stay on one screen. Let's say that you're a life coach, right? You can come to Quora.com and you can type in life coach, and let's do life coach, topic life coaching. So now it's giving me all of these questions that people have asked about life coaching. So how do I become mentally strong? What are things that do not matter in life? What can I do for 10 minutes every day that will change my life? Now, these are very generic, and Quora is basically a place where people come to ask questions and get answers. And so these are just going to give you ideas of things that you can write about. What are the mistakes in your life? And you don't have to take it directly. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to write 500 words about the mistakes you've made in your life. But maybe if you want to do a behind the scenes post, you can do a 30-second video of, what's the biggest mistake in your life that you've made that you wish you wouldn't have made. And that you sharing that vulnerability of you as a coach is going to attract people that also have those same vulnerabilities, and people that are watching you and saying, she's real. She is accessible. I can see that she's a real person and I would like to work with her. And so these are going to give you ideas for that if you can't, generate them naturally on your own. How can I push myself to have more discipline? That's an excellent blog post that people who need a life coach would want to read. How do I find work-life balance? Do people who work hard really succeed in life? So this is a really good one if you guys wanted to make a post. When you have posts that have questions in them, like, do people who work hard really succeed in life? You're going to get a lot of comments below that. You're going to get a good conversation going. I love these right here for Instagram posts because they get people really fired up. And when you're having that good conversation going on the bottom of your post, you really, really generate a lot of engagement and a lot of traffic. And Instagram really likes having all those comments. No matter how many inspirational stories I read, I never get motivated. What should I do? That's a good one. So this is if you are a life coach. Let's try something else. Let's say you are a hairstylist. What brand of hair color dye does Kelly Osbourne use for her lavender hair? Okay, so this is very straightforward. Not everybody's going to want to know what brand or color that Kelly Osbourne uses for her lavender hair, but this may give you the idea to do a blog post with, the top 3 celebrity looks of the summer, and you can list out products that people can use to achieve those looks. This app helps you get the perfect haircut every time. Okay, that's a little crazy. That's not a real thing. How is going to a barber different than going to a stylist for men? Now, that's a really good question that you could write a blog post off of, or even if you wanted to. If you're not camera shy, I say go live. And if you're going to go live, you can always come on here and grab 10 questions and do a Q&A. Say, hey, you guys, I'm doing a Q&A next Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Instagram Live. Join me. And you can open it up and say, if you have any questions you want me to answer, you can DM those to me on Instagram. And then you can also go on here to Quora and grab some questions off of here to get you started. So Quora is really good. I also like to use HubSpot, which I have over here. So HubSpot.com/blog topic generator, which is what you guys see up here at the top. Here, you just type in whatever the noun is. So I just typed in life coach, and you can click give me blog ideas. and it literally instantly generates a week's worth of blog posts. So why we love life coaching, and you should too. What will life coaching be like in 100 years? The worst advice we've ever heard about life coaching. 10 quick tips about life coaching. Now, this is giving you ideas if you are marketing to a life coach, not if you are a life coach. So let's go backwards. This is where your target market plays a factor. If you're a life coach, but you are geared towards moms, so let's put in motherhood here. If you're geared towards moms, you want to create content about motherhood. So 10 signs you should invest in motherhood, or 10, it could be 10 ways you can invest in the growth of you as a mother. 10 things your competitors can teach you about motherhood. 15 best blogs to follow about motherhood. So you may have to alter some of the wording in these titles, but it gives you the basic idea behind where you can start to create this content. So let me click back over here and go back to my slide presentation. Hold on, you guys, pulling back up my slide presentation. But those two resources are really good. Oh, you know what? Before I bring back up my slide presentation, I've got one more for you guys. Pinterest. I know you guys have heard about Pinterest for finding content ideas for things that you can create. You know, a lot of people who DIY go on Pinterest, but I'm going to show you guys how to use Pinterest to create content. So let me turn my screen share back on real quick here and show you guys. Okay, so here's Pinterest. I typed in parenting because, like I said, if you are a life coach, if you type in life coach, it's going to generate a bunch of ideas for you for life coaches, right? But you don't want to look for stuff for you. You want to look for things that are going to help you attract your ideal client. So let's say you're a hairstylist, but you are a men's hairstylist. So let's put in men's hairstyles. So your content ideas are going to come right here from these boxes up here. So people are searching medium length men's hairstyles, short men's hairstyles, curly men's hairstyles, braids for men, thick hair men's hairstyles, thinning men's hairstyles. So this is where your content's going to come in. So you can create, for example, top 10 medium length hairstyles for men. And people are going to look at that because they're searching that. Or you can type up, or you can do a blog post or a live on how to deal with thinning men's hairstyles, right? And that'll be popular because that's what men are looking for. So 40% of all website traffic right now is going through Pinterest. This is a known fact. It's been researched. The data is there, you guys. So if 40% of all web traffic is going through here, I definitely want to be on Pinterest looking for what are people most likely searching for and how can I create content to fill that gap. So the big deal with you guys creating content is really that you want to make sure you're creating content for your users and not creating content for yourself. And it's kind of difficult because you get into business, you're so excited, and you're like, man, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and I'm going to reach all these people. And you come up with these ideas and you start releasing them and releasing products. And then you're like, why is no one buying? Why is no one reading my blog posts? Why aren't my followers converting? Why are, people not engaging with my content and things like that? And what it comes from is that we're creating content that we want to see and not necessarily creating content that our viewers want to see. And so you have to start thinking, okay, what is it that my people want to see? What is it that my followers want to see? So if you don't have any analytics, those are the top 3 places to get those content ideas from. Okay, so now that we know where we can get content ideas from that are directly from our audience and where we can pull content ideas from outside of our audience, I actually have 20 types of content for you guys. And before I get into this 20 different types of content, so this is 20 different ways that you can take all the content ideas that I just showed you how to generate, how you can turn them into different types of subject matter so that you don't feel like, oh, I'm just writing a blog post again. Oh, I'm writing a blog post again. I have to write another 500 words about this. Like that gets boring. So I created 20 subcategories that are going to help you guys really craft your content to give your audience not only good things to read, but also ways to read them in different types of subject matter. And it's going to make a little bit more sense as I start going through this. But before I get into this, I want to let you guys know this entire webinar is about creating content ideas. But if you guys really want to convert, you're going to need to have some type of a system to where you are collecting people's emails, getting people's information, and really building your tribe. Because when you're creating this content, it's going to help you attract the right people, but you want to be able to capture their information. So what I have for the offer for this webinar is a lead generating system where people can actually go in and not only grab this content that you're going to create, they can join your email list. So you guys can see right there in your right hand corner, there's an email list set up and mini landing page that I offer. Don't miss out on your potential sales because you have no system in place. Creating content is amazing, but if you're just generating all this awesome content and there's just people that are following, you're just getting a lot of visitors, your email list is not growing, you're not going to sell as much because the conversion rate on social media is only 1.8%. So for every 100 followers you have, only 1.8 out of that 100 are going to become buyers. That's not even a full 2 customers. Versus your email, the conversion rate is 9 to 11%. So if you've got 100 followers and you're providing them this amazing content and you get those 100 followers to join your email list, in between 9 to 11 of those people will actually become buyers. So you've got the content and then now you need the system in place. So I'm going to keep going with the 20 types of content, but I just wanted to let you guys know that because there's only a very few amount of units available of this product that I have offer you guys. So what it is, it's a custom service. You get a landing page, you get a lead magnet for people to download, and then that leads into an email list, which I set up for you. All right, so let's jump back into the 20 types of content. All right, so your number one, tutorials. This is a really, really easy one. I love tutorials. You can do them video, you can do them as audio instruction, you can do them as screencast, which is where you record your computer screen. You can also do them as text or image based. So tutorials are really, really good to take those some of those content ideas we just looked at and turn those into tutorials that you can share with your audience. Audiences love resources, and all of these are going to be resources that are things that not only they want to read, but things they want to use and things they want to share with other people, right? Because you want to create shareable content so that you can reach a larger audience than the one that you currently have. So tutorials is number one. Number two is lists. These can be inspirational, motivational. They could be, if you are geared towards mom, they could be a traveling with kids list, packing list, anything like that. Number three, how-to articles. So these are going to be DIY posts, recipes, and quick tips. Feel free to answer questions while I'm going through these, guys. Number four is current events and hot topics. This is a huge one, especially for social media. When things happen in the news and current events, if it's anything that's related to the type of subject matter that you create or anything that's going to affect your audience, I say hop on the bandwagon. Definitely hop on the bandwagon and please, please, please create that content, okay? So for example, as you see, 5 lessons Lady Gaga teaches us about Twitter. If you put that as a post on your Instagram and it's a picture of Lady Gaga. It's going to catch attention. People are going to say, what? Lady Gaga is teaching us about Twitter. They're going to follow the link to your website and they're going to read what you have to say. And they're either going to fall in love with you and your personality and try to read every other thing you have on your website, or they're going to say, you know what? I don't really like Lady Gaga. This person's not for me. Either way, you have caught their attention. Hopefully, it is for them liking Lady Gaga and wanting to know your opinion and what you have to say. Either way, you got them clicking over to your website, and that is really the bulk of what you want happening. This would be a really good one. If you guys know, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with Kanye West. Yeah, if you can include Kanye West in anything that is related to your industry, I say run with it. I say run with it. Um, let's move on to the next slide here. Okay, predictions. If you have any type of prediction, so at the turn of the year, because you guys know I'm a content creator and I also do marketing. So at the turn of the year, I did my predictions for 2018. These are the types of content that are going to go viral in 2018. I am predicting it right now. If you guys are life coaches, you can do predictions on, the top 3 products that are going to change people's lives. If you are a stylist, you can do predictions on the top trends for summer 2018. You can do the same thing if you're a hairstylist. You can predict the most popular hairstyles for the upcoming season. Predictions are really, really great, and they also attract people that are going to be the cornerstone of kind of trying to be on the front end of what's happening in the industry. You can also do personal stories. This is probably the easiest one. This is probably the easiest one. And it's probably a very, very emotional one because people really connect with personal stories. They want to know more about behind the scenes. They want to know more about why you got into what you're doing. And sometimes it's not you personally. Sometimes they just want to know, how you got into the business or how the business started. And that's something you can show them as well. But personal stories make writing your captions super easy. You can use personal stories as captions on Instagram, and that works as well. The next one, life lessons. These are really, really good if you're any type of a coach, because you become a coach because you have experience, right? You become a coach because you've made mistakes and you don't want other people to make those same mistakes. And so sharing your life lessons really lets people know that you know what you're talking about and that you've been through the things that they've been through. And that then qualifies you to be able to tell someone else what path to take, instead of making, the same mistakes over and over again, or maybe just to save them a little bit of time from making a mistake at all. The next one, educational and informative posts. These help establish your expertise. These are super, super important if you are in a highly saturated market, which a lot of us are now, because being an entrepreneur is like this super duper fad popularity thing right now. And in order for you to stand out, you have to prove that you either know more than the next person or that you're offering more value than the next person. And a really, really quick way to do that is to have an educational or informative post where you're telling people, like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. This is real. This is not real. I know this information. It's literally like, this is me. It's just a straight up giving people the information and letting them know that you are established and that you understand what you're talking about. So blog posts are really good for that. Lives are also really good for that because people are more attached to your facial expressions and things like that. Moving on. Case studies and statistics. I personally love these. I personally love case studies All right, how about now? Can you guys hear me? I've refreshed my screen. I've refreshed my screen. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, awesome. Okay. Yeah, now today is the day for technology hiccups. Okay, great. All right. Yeah, and I had to refresh my screen too. Okay, so let's keep going with the types of content here that you guys are seeing. All right, so reviews. So your reviews can be if you are a personal blogger or if you do any type of coaching. A lot of times your reviews can be things that you've experienced in your own life. So they can be restaurants, events, softwares, movies, books, music, any type of thing like that, as long as it's relevant towards what you're doing. For coaches, I say your reviews can be the different types of books you've read. Maybe if you're a life coach, you can review different types of organizational methods or different types of life planning tools or life planning resources. You can review those. Any products that are of interest to your readers, because people are going to want to vicariously live through you, and they do that through reviews. All right, definition posts. This is where you kind of break down and explain industry jargon per se. And how many times do people search what is a whatever? So for me, in my scenario, it was people are saying, what is a sales funnel? What exactly is marketing? What is a tripwire? And so when people are really, really searching those things, that says to me, okay, I need to have some definition posts. And these could be blog posts. These could be social media posts. They could be tweets, anything like that. So yes, I'm showing slides. Can anybody not see my slides? I might have to reload these slides. Okay, hold on. Let me reload. Hold on. It may be because I refreshed my page. All right, let's give it just a couple minutes. All right. All right, can you guys see my slides now? Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think because I refreshed my page, I also needed to refresh my slides, which is crazy. I thought the whole thing was just going to refresh. But yeah, thanks for sticking with me. Okay, so oh, we're not on that one. We're on this one. This is the one we're on. Okay, so yes, those definition posts are very good for explaining what things are. So maybe it'll be, what is a life coach? Like, what exactly is that? What do people expect when they get a life coach? What does it mean to have a hairstylist? What is high porosity versus low porosity? If you're a hairstylist, you know what I'm talking about right now. Or what is the spoons method? Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys don't. What is microblading? Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys don't. So I create content for all different types of businesses. So I'm pulling out all of these terms that only people inside of that industry would know. You know what I mean? I don't know what microblading is. I'm not in the beauty industry. It sounds, whatever it is, it sounds painful. And to people that don't know what that is, they may need microblading, but if they don't know what it is, they're like, nah, that sounds a little aggressive. I don't want that. And so you creating posts that are definition posts are really going to break down exactly what it is that you offer and what it is that you do, so that people who do need what you have, people that do need to purchase what you have and what you're offering, they are able to identify that you have something they need. And that is one of the biggest barriers I see in today's market, especially with service providers. So if you're a service-based business, the biggest challenge you will overcome is attracting people that know they need help. That is the biggest thing. Accountants right now, there's a lot of freelance accountants that are out there right now that are amazing at what they do, but they're having an issue securing clients because people they know they need money help. People that need money help do not know they need money help. It's the craziest thing. And as an accountant, you're probably like, listen, your credit is like a 400. Like, you need this. And people are like, I'm fine. I can just pay cash for something for the rest of my life. But no, you don't understand. You really need this. So definition posts will really shed light on people what they need and what exactly it is that you do. You can also do beginner's guides, which are great. It's a great segue into getting people to register for a freebie. A free download with you is a beginner's guide, because it's not as straightforward as, instead of you saying, bro, your credit score is a 400, you really need this. It's like, oh, this is a beginner's guide to getting your finances in order. And they may download that because it sounds a lot nicer. And because it sounds a lot nicer, they're still going to be getting the help they need, and they're still going to be in your sales funnel. By the way, you guys, all of these types of content that I'm sharing with you right now can be freebies, but these are just different categories they can fall in. So compilations and resource sharing. I love these. I find lots of resources, and I like to share those resources with other people. And it is a mega super high attracting lead magnet if you have a list of things that someone needs and they can download it for free. So it could be, if you're a life coach, for example, it can be the top 20 books you recommend people read, or the top 10 articles for that'll change your life, things like that. So compilations and resources are great. They're also very easy to make. You can literally type up a list in a Word document or on Google Docs, copy and paste it into Canva on a nice template, and boom, you've got a freebie that could possibly get you hundreds of emails that took you less than 30 minutes to create. So that's a really good one. You can also share resources you've created. So this is the category where ebooks and reports and freebies and stuff fall in as well. Expert roundtables or roundup panels. Ask experts in your fields to comment on a certain topic and collect their responses. So you can just have 3 or 4 questions that are, maybe they're frequently asked questions that you see people ask in your market, and you can go and ask a couple of experts and kind of copy and paste that interview style into a nice PDF in Canva, and offer that as a blog post as well. Checklists, super easy to create checklists. Interviews, those are awesome. You can actually do recorded interviews on the phone or in person, and then just pay someone to transcribe those into a post and have that as a blog post. You can also do problem solving. So this is where those columns come in. So like for relationship coaches, where people are like, hi, dear Anne, my name is Lewis from Louisville, and I have a girlfriend that I've been seeing for 3 years, but I'm also married. Can you give me advice? Like, those are problem solving. Hopefully that's no one in here right now, but those are problem solving things that people really like to read. And they also really showcase your knowledge and your ability to be able to help someone. Some people are really likely to read problem solving blog posts and be like, yo, this person can help me. They're really likely to do that. All right, last but not least, personal quizzes. This is one of my favorite because it's very social. So these would be like, what type of celebrity are you? What type of housewife are you? What type of personality are you? And so make sure you just choose topics that are fun, helpful for your readership, and they are relevant to what you do. These don't have to be created in a quiz format. And when I say quiz format, they don't have to be created with like the quiz platform that you see people use. They can be created just like they are in magazines, where it's just a question and answer. And then at the bottom of the page, you know, it says something like, if your answers were mostly A, you fit into this category. If your answers were mostly B, you fit into this category, and so on. Cheat sheets are also really good content to post as your blog content, and projects and goals. So I like to use projects and goals as posts. I like to use them as Instagram posts because, for example, if you're going to do, you know, go vegan for 30 days, that could be 30 separate posts. If you're going to do how to start a blog, if you're a business coach and you want to do a how to start a blog content, that could be an entire monthly theme, how to start a blog. So I like to use projects and goals as my posts for social media. So those are the 20 types of content that you guys can use to generate content ideas for your social media and for your blog. Now, this is a 6-step process to get you from the idea list that you're going to be able to generate after this webinar to an actual scheduled plan. And I apologize because I'm just now realizing that this yellow font on this crazy background is hard to see. This is what happens when you go a little bit too crazy with the color. Yeah, that's a little bit hard to see. So I'm going to read it out to you guys. So the first step you're going to do is make a list of content ideas. So from everything I gave you, from the 3 resources you need to look at: your website analytics, your social media analytics, and your email link clicks. And then you also need to go and take a look at Quora.com, Pinterest.com, and you need to take a look at HubSpot.com. So from those 6 places, make a list of content ideas. Doesn't matter how long, doesn't matter how short, but you should at least have 10 to 15 ideas off of those 6 resources I just gave you in the beginning of this webinar. So step number 1, make a list of content ideas. Step number 2, take out your planner or your calendar. If you don't have a planner or a calendar, you need to either go buy one, or you can just Google search and say May 2018 calendar. Click the first one you see that looks visually appealing, print it. Easy, done. Take out your planner or calendar. Step number 3, choose 3 to 4 ideas for blog posts. I can't even see that myself. I'm glad I have double notes. Choose 3 to 4 ideas for your blog post, and choose 3 to 4 ideas for video. So those 3 to 4 ideas for your blog posts are going to be hopefully 400 to 500 words that you write for your blog. If you don't have enough time to write 400 to 500 words, write 200 to 300. Those are going to go on your website, because remember, the longer people stay on your website, the more likely they are to buy. And the more blog posts you have on your website, the more organic traffic you're going to get. So if you don't want to spend money on ads, that means you've got to post more to your blog than anyone else. If you don't want to spend any money on ads and you want all your traffic to be organic and or from social media, you've got to post to your blog at least once a week. At least once a week. So choose 3 to 4 of those to write blog post on for the month. And the other 3 to 4 that you choose are going to be for you to do Instagram live videos on. Now, if you are shy, they don't have to be videos of your face. They can be videos of your products. They can be videos of you talking. Like, I've been on this webinar for 50 minutes. You guys have not seen my face not once. You don't want to know. I look like I'm from The Color Purple because my hair is braided down. But you guys have not seen my face once, right? You could have done this if you were camera shy, because everyone's looking at the actual slides. So it's kind of the same thing. It still has the effect of video because you guys are still seeing my voice. I mean, you're still hearing my voice and you're still seeing a visual, and you guys can do live video the same exact way. So 3 to 4 of those ideas need to translate some way into a video, whether it's a live video, whether it's a pre-recorded video that you put on YouTube, whether it's only 60 seconds that you create a video post for Instagram, whatever it may be. Step number 4, choose 1 to 2 of those ideas for a monthly theme. So like I said in the previous slide, previous does not have a T at the end of it. Like I said in the previous slide, the projects and goals down here at the bottom, go vegan for 30 days, start a blog, regular updates, encourage, community interaction, challenges. Those are going to be monthly themes. This is going to help you get a handle and a focus on what you have going on. So if you look at that idea list, and let's say you were you're a hairstylist, and you picked short men's hairstyles. If that was your theme for the entire month, you know I need 30 Instagram posts that are pictures of short men's hairstyles. I need to find, 5 or 6 products that are perfect for men that have shorter hairstyles. I need to find, pictures that are of style inspo, of, outfits you can wear to show off your new hairstyle as a man. You see how it then narrows down? Instead of you saying, man, I'm a hairstylist, what am I going to post this month? Now at least you have a focus. Maybe you need to go out and find a guy that has a short hairstyle and, get on live and interview him about his daily routine of how he cares for his hair. Maybe you need to get a client in your chair that is a man that's going from a long to a short hairstyle and do a haircut on live. See, now it's all narrowing down. And so your page becomes a lot more focused. Yes, you do other types and styles of hair, but this month we're going to talk about men with short hairstyles, and you're going to attract a lot of men with short hairstyles, and maybe you do a special on that. And that's where your conversion comes in. Now that you're focused and your content ideas are persistent and they're focused and all your efforts going towards one location, now you're going to attract a bunch of men that want shorter hairstyles. And you say, okay, hey, I'm having a special this month, $20 haircuts for men with shorter, mid-length to shorter hairstyles. That's when you start making money, because everything is focused. And that's kind of how marketing works, because all of those posts and all of your content being geared towards one goal of you making more money for men with shorter hairstyles, that's you putting your energy towards one place instead of having 50 ideas and your energy is going in 50 different places and nothing's getting done, which is what most of us experience as entrepreneurs. When we first start, we're like, oh, I got this idea, this idea, this idea, this idea. None of it's laser focused and none of it's cohesive at all. And we're splitting our energy up in 50 different places and we're getting stressed out, and that's why. So only 1 to 2 for your monthly theme. Don't choose more than 2 ideas for your monthly theme, because then it's going to all start to fall apart. Step number 5, write a blog post for this monthly theme. So outside of the 3 or 4 blog posts that you wrote in step 3, outside of the 3 or 4 videos that you did for step 3, and outside of everything that you've already created for yourself, write 1 blog post that falls under your monthly theme. And then in step 6, use that blog post as captions for your Instagram posts. So let's keep going with the men's with short hairstyle. That's your monthly theme. You write a blog post about the best reason to have a short hairstyle for men, or why having a short hairstyle for men is the most manageable thing you can do to optimize your morning routine. Whatever it is, write that 1 blog post. If that blog post is 500 to 600 words long, it will break down into a month's worth of posts. And when I say break down, I mean you take sentences, you then start breaking it down and take that blog post in 2 to 3 sentence chunks, and those then become your captions for your Instagram posts. So now your Instagram posts are talking about men with short hair. At the end of your Instagram post, you've got call to actions that lead to the link in your bio. And then people go to the link in your bio and they get to your blog post and they read about men with short haircuts. And by that time, they're like, man, if they've seen something on Instagram, they click the link in your bio, it matches up with what's on your website, and then they see they can get a deal on it, they're going to buy it. So there has to be that natural progression there. Instead of them saying, oh, I saw a picture of some blue hair on Instagram, and I went to your page and your website, and there's nothing about hair coloring on your website, and then I have nothing to buy because I went to your website because I saw that picture of colored hair. Or I went to your page, your Instagram page, and saw you talking about, 5 things to help you get over your last breakup. And then I go to your website and there's nothing on there about breakups. There's nothing here for me to buy. It needs to be all correlated. So if you're going to put something on your Instagram or your Facebook or whatever, and you're telling people to click the link in their bio, there needs to be some type of matching content there that gives them a pathway to purchase. If I'm clicking on if I see a post about 5 ways to get over my latest breakup and I click the link in your bio, there needs to be some type of option there for me to read about how to get over my breakup. And at the end of that blog post, hopefully there's something that says, hey, if you're having a really hard time and you need a little bit more help to get over that breakup, you can join the email list here. And they join that. And then they go into a sales funnel. And then they're like, oh, there's this product. There's a 3-step audio on how to get over your latest breakup. Boom, they buy it. So I don't want to overload you, but that is type of how your pathway should go. And that's why it's important for you to really take this generating content ideas. That's how you should really take that pathway to get those followers to be paying customers. It's got to all correlate. All right, guys, that is the end of this webinar. It's the end of this slideshow. I am now open for question and answer. I'm now open for question and answer. And don't forget that offer to buy that lead generation system is on the right-hand side. So if you're going to be creating all these great content ideas, you really want to be building your tribe and your email list. You really want to be capturing people's information, because you don't want people just going on your Instagram page every single day and reading all your free information and never buying anything. And so sometimes you've got to sell to those people. And in order for you to do that, you've got to have an email list set up. You've got to have a mini landing page. That offer is over there on the right-hand corner. Does anybody have any questions? This replay is going to be available for purchase tomorrow by 10 a.m. I'm just going to have to save the link. And yeah, you guys are going to get all of my tech issues and everything in between. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me with these tech issues. Okay, so if you're a coach that helps product-based entrepreneurs, your first step is going to be going over to Quora or Pinterest or HubSpot and typing in product-based business. So type in product-based business and see what people are most interested in. I'll actually slide over there, and I'm not going to show you guys my screen, but I'm going to type in product-based business and tell you what I see. So I see for product-based business, how to plan for your product-based business. That was the first thing I saw. 10 tips for running your product-based business. So how to plan is a really good one. So how to plan for your product-based business, that could be your monthly theme. And so your entire month can be around how to be productive, how to make checklists, in what order to, maybe set up your website or build your website. All of those things that are going to help you in planning a foundation, and you'll create all of your content behind those things. And while you're creating all that content to help people plan through their product-based business, you're going to want to create a product that matches up with that. And so you can sell that product as you're releasing all of that content. And don't forget, you need a lead generating system. You need a email management system. You guys, the money is in the email list, because like I said, the conversion rate in email is a lot higher than social media. So if you don't have one, you need to have one. You can buy one with the offer on the right hand side. That's just an easy setup. If you want to try to set it up yourself, you can do so. I always tell people if they want to try to set it up themselves, they can. But it's easiest to just have it set up for you. And it's Monday. So if you buy the offer today, your email list will be set up by Friday. By Friday, you'll be able to put a link in your bio and say, hey, click the link in my bio at the end of all your posts. And the lead magnet comes with it. The lead magnet comes with it. What is a good post schedule? Brenda, what's your question? Rhonda said, what's a good post schedule? It depends on you. If you have never really been strategic with your social media, I tell people there's 2 things they can do. You can start by posting once in the morning and once in the afternoon. and then wait a couple of weeks and see how that's working for you. Look in your analytics, and it will tell you in your Instagram, it'll tell you what time people visit your page most frequently. But when you're first starting out, I say post once in the morning, like early in the morning when people are getting up, getting ready for work, 7 or 8 a.m. And then once at night when people are getting home, about 6 or 7 p.m. That's usually when the highest engagement is generally. But it does differ from person to person. There's another free class, you guys, too. There's another free class on Wednesday. Wednesday's class is about generating qualified leads with Instagram. So if you're service-based, you want to come to Wednesday's class. Yes, create 30 days of content on the same topic for the best results. So for example, if your topic is sports massage, maybe your first day will be why you need sports massage. The second day will be different types of massages that are great for sports. The third may be showcasing some famous athletes that get sports massages. The fourth may be the benefits of the different types of time lengths of sports massages. So when you go through those 30 days and it seems like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be beating a dead horse about sports massage for 30 days. But what it's going to do is it's going to give people 30 days full of jam-packed value about sports massage to the point where, okay, if I just gave you 30 reasons of why you need this, you're probably going to buy. If every time we saw something in the store and thought to ourselves, do I need this or do I not need this? If every time we thought that, if we had a list of 30 reasons that popped up in the air and said, these are 30 reasons why you should buy this, and we read all 30 of those reasons, we would probably buy everything. And you can go a little bit outside of that. And when I say that, I mean, you could take, probably 5 or 6 days to interview people that play different types of sports, and ask them about, how do they take care of their body, or, what types of products do they use at home to aid in muscle recovery. So you can go a little bit outside of that. It's not directly sports massage, but it's you getting to know, you not only getting to know your ideal client, but also your followers who may be your ideal client, them being able to identify with the people that you work with and saying, hey, she works with a volleyball player, I'm a volleyball player. She's giving sports massage to, a basketball player, I'm a basketball player. That might help me because they're able to see themselves in the people that you work with. And at the end of this live, I'm about to wrap it up now, but at the end of this live, you guys will also get an email from me that's going to include that link to get that lead generation system, that lead securing system, if you are interested in that. All right, do I have any other questions before I hop off of here? No problem. No problem. Wednesday is going to be really good. The generating leads, qualified leads via Instagram, that one's going to be super good. Okay, so the best way to start, okay, you're a chef, you're starting a food blog talking about different types of food, how to eat good local food, etc. What's the best way to start? Okay, so the best way to start is to just get out there. I would definitely say step number 1 is starting social media. because when you are new to the blogging world and new to the business world, social media is the number one way to drive traffic. It's the number one way to drive traffic. And it's the number one way to drive traffic without paying a lot for it. And so number one, definitely start an Instagram, especially when it comes to food. I can't even say that enough because food is very visual. People like to eat things that look good. So even though they can't smell and they can't taste through Instagram, they're going to look at that picture and say, that looks good. I wonder how it was made, or I wonder where I can get it from. So definitely number one, start your social media. Number two, start a blog. And when I say number two, really it should be simultaneously done, because it's just as I stated, people are going to see that picture and say, ooh, that looks good. And then they're going to want to know, how do I find out more information about this food? And they're going to click the link in your bio. So make sure you have your blog up and that you're posting consistently. It's great that you want to talk about local food, because then you'll be able to attract a lot of people in your area by posting, I went to this restaurant this week. These are recipes you can do at home. These are recipes you can do with your kid. These are recipes for special occasions. Maybe because Mother's Day is coming up. You should be hitting every single holiday. Everyone in here can hit every single holiday. Mother's Day is coming up. Okay, 5 desserts I can home make for my mom with 10 ingredients or less. Very quantitative blog titles like that are going to help you attract people. But number one, social media. Number two, blog. And once you start getting that traffic, you'll start to realize how you can monetize. If you start getting a lot of local people up front, you can go ahead and say, hey, you can order one of these top 5 desserts for your mom instead of trying to make it yourself. Yeah. You'll be able to see. That's another great thing about having the analytics on your website. You'll be able to see where people are coming from. So let's just say you live in Cali. Let's say you live in Sacramento, California. You can see on your blog post, man, I had 300 visits from Sacramento, California this month. That page that people are visiting the most, let me put at the bottom. Let me just put a little text at the bottom that says, I deliver local to Sacramento. And then everyone that reads that will say, oh, I'm in Sacramento. And they'll start looking for ways to order what you have that they can get locally. So that's really good. Meal prep is huge right now. Meal prep's huge. People want the recipes. People want to order it because they don't want to cook themselves. People are trying to lose weight and they don't know how to cook healthy. So meal prep's a really good avenue to take. If you want to focus on getting more meal prep customers, just make sure that all of your blog posts are hyper localized. And when I say hyper localized, I mean only post blog posts, or not only, but 90% of your blog posts should be about food that's in your area, because then you'll start to attract 90% of your followers will be people that are in your area, and then 90% of those people are your customers, versus you just posting all types of food content and you're attracting people from all over the world. It may be great for your website traffic, but it's not going to be good for your local business because you can only deliver so far. So keep that in mind. Do I have any other questions? You said you have a new idea for a service-based business and you need to set up a call with me. Yes, you can do that. Actually, I will give you the link. I'll give you the link. Let me grab it for you. Let's see here. I should have had this handy. If you're on here right now and you want to set up a consultation call, That is the link for consultation calls that I just posted there. So you can click that link. It'll take you directly to my scheduler, and you can set up a consultation call. We can hop on the phone. I have various times available all week. Various times available all week. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right, guys, if you would like to schedule consultation, you can go ahead and click that link. Don't forget the offer. It still stands. It still stands. It's over to the right-hand side, but I am actually going to send you an email for that offer for you guys. If you want to think about it, sleep on it, and what have you. I will see you on Wednesday for the next free webinar this month that is going to be how to generate qualified leads via Instagram. So if you're a service-based business, definitely click and set up. I'm going to send out an email tonight for you guys to click and opt in to join that how to generate qualified leads via Instagram, how to get on consultation calls with people that actually turn into clients. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday for that. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being patient. Have a great Monday night. Bye, guys.